Conducting business in China. Greeting. Shaking hands with somebody from the Chinese culture is considered appropriate. However, you want to greet the highest, eldest ranked person and work your way down in rank. While you're being introduced, you'll line up in the order that you're ranked also. Occasionally, you may be applauded when introduced to a group of people. It is considered respectful and appropriate to applaud back to them. Gestures and nonverbal communication. Do not point one finger. Pointing one finger can be considered inappropriate. Direct eye contact is also considered offensive. Just like with pointing one finger, it can let off a sense of anger towards that person. Physical contact is only to be made through a handshake. Anything beyond that is considered inappropriate. Economic institutions. The only form of communication there should be is face-to-face contact. All business should be conducted privately, not over the table or at a social event. The Chinese culture does not like to mix work and socializing together, so be sure that you keep that separate, and if you are at a social event, do not bring up any work-related topics. The Chinese culture are not very risky people, so it is very important to have somebody that can guarantee your work, have somebody that they trust and that knows your work. This will allow everything else to go just a little bit smoother. Formal communication. Use formal communication and not slang words. Using slang words can allow for someone to be offended, and by using formal communication, it keeps things simple and lessens that chance. Before arriving, send information about your company to the company you're trying to do business with, and the writing should be in Chinese. What this does is before you get there, it lets you get acquainted with that company. Meetings. All meeting appointments should be made a few months in advance. Never show up late, always early. Showing up late can make them feel like that their time is not valuable to you. Before a meeting, send out an agenda. What this does is before the meeting starts, it allows everybody to know what you're talking about. All writing should be in English and in Chinese both, but make sure that the translations of the Chinese language is not offensive to them. Negotiating business. The only person that should talk when negotiating business is the highest ranked individual. Respectfully stay on topic. It is likely that the conversation will get off topic, so if it does, leave subtle hints about getting back on topic. Don't just come out and say, hey, let's get on topic. Be patient. A decision is never made right then. Like I said earlier, the Chinese people are not very risky people. A decision may be made in a few days, a few weeks, or a few months, but whatever it may be, always be patient with them. Leave room for a price drop when negotiating, whether it's in the United States, China, or in a different country. When negotiating, you always want to leave room for that price to drop. Business clothing. This is something you really have to be aware of because you can easily offend somebody and not know it. Men should wear darker colored business suits, and women should wear long dresses with a high neckline or a formal business suit. Both men and women should both avoid wearing bright colors. This can also offend them. Family life. Like when you're greeting, you want to start with the elders because they're the most respected. In the family, the elders are still the most respected. They're so respected that grandparents commonly move in with their children to help raise their grandchildren. Their grandparents have more authority over the children than their parents. Their grandfather is typically the head of the household, so if the grandfather moves in with his kids to help raise his grandkids, he is now the head of the household. Although elders are highly respected, they're not the focus of the family. The children are the focus of the family, and everything revolves around them. Chinese values. Education is highly valued. Most children get the opportunity to attend school and even college. Something else that the Chinese highly value is family, maintaining relationships, and living in harmony. Living in harmony what I mean by that is they like it when everything falls into place as it should, and they do not like confrontation. Attitudes of the Chinese culture. A person's character. Most Chinese people's character they all usually have a very humble mindset. They acknowledge other accomplishments over their own. And they do, like I said earlier, they do not like to hurt others' feelings, and they like to use filler words instead of no. The children are very submissive to their parents. Their parents tell them what school they're going to, what degree they're going to get, who they're going to marry, when they're going to have kids. They plan out their whole life for them, and the children are okay with this. So they are very, very submissive to their parents. 5 crucial tips. To summarize everything up, I came up with 5 tips that hopefully would help you if you're doing business in China. Show respect at all times. Dress accordingly, show patience, be cautious about eye contact, and most importantly, keep peace or harmony with your business partner. One of the main things is you do not want to offend your current business partner or your future business partners. That's never a good idea. And at all times, show respect. Respect above all things will keep a relationship where it needs to be. I hope this information will help you if you decide to conduct business in China. Thank you.